Now, here's why I think Martinez knows Fiona Hill. Fiona Hill there's been a whole bunch of people that put a whole bunch of stuff out. Well, first of all, so let's start from the beginning. The New York Times came out and said, I'm part of the resistance. This person inside the White House said, I'm part of the resistance. I take stuff off of the president's desk. I remove documents. What that really is saying is, hey, I'm a spy. And there's other people like me, which is saying, hey, I'm a spy and we have a spy ring inside the White House. Okay. That is National 811. That's a National 811 alert. Okay. Drop everything. All the intelligence agencies are required to drop everything and figure out who this person is. Because that could be the report that says, oh, by the way, there's a Club K network that's being run or, through NBC, UAE, NBC, run by Ibrahim. It's nice to have a satellite network run by a drug dealer. And they're using the X-band, and there's this encrypted channel, and they stole this stuff from NSA, this guy Martin and this guy Foe. They stole this encrypted trafficking method. And there's a whole bunch. There's like thousands all over, all over U.S. ports, and they could fire that off at any time. We don't know where they are. And that's the report, right? Well, Fiona Hill, she thinks that she knows better than the president, and so I can grab that right off his desk. He doesn't need to see that. Well, to me, it seems like somebody's trying to make an excuse for their drugs for weapons network. And she's right in the middle of it, right? Bob Otto's right there with them, with her and the whole crew, right? Peter Redaway. Who are all these people? Why are they all sending each other, the CIA people sending all each other these confidential meeting things? Remember, I'm not the one who said the president was committing treason when he stood with the Putin and said, where's the server, Imran? That struck a chord. Boy, that struck a chord with Brennan. You could tell that that metadata right there was an immediate confirmation that the Wands were CIA. Immediate, right? Because he said something that affected our ability to spy in the House and in the Senate, right? So now I forgot to finish this off. I typed Imran Awan and DAI. Somebody had sent a thing about Philip Agee, and said, you're in Bethesda. You should go up to DAI. That's what Philip Agee's dead now. Wrote 4 books, CIA agent, and he said it was a front for drugs. Okay, well, I thought, well, I don't know where it is, but here I am sitting at the Holiday Inn or whatever in Bethesda. I think we were just across in Chevy Chase, just across the line. So I typed in Imran Awan DAI, and up came this Twitter feed of Imran 520, Imran Awan 520. I don't know if Imran waits another hour before he lights up. I guess that's you can't light up during office hours. I'm just joking, Imran. Don't take everything so seriously. I know you're a 420 guy. But anyway, Imran 520, and it's all about passports, passport, language translation services, then a whole bunch of medical certificates. Well, there was a guy convicted in Jackson Heights for this fake university. I can't remember what the name of the university is, but I did like 6 shows on it. I can't remember the name of the university. It's fake university. But I thought, this is that scam. Here's Imran running around with resume templates that are based in Jackson Heights, where this little enclave is. And that's got to be it. So immediately I tied that to Anthony Weiner, and I'm pretty sure Anthony Weiner got a visa for Imran Awan. I mean, I like to do the clue thing. I like to go right to the place, say it's this guy with this method right here. It's Anthony Weiner with I think I said H-1B visa, and now I know it was EB-5 visa with Imran Awan. And I think all of them came in that way. Again, if you think about it logically, how did Imran out there in the fields of Pakistan, right? If his father wasn't involved in the satellite business, if his father wasn't already a diplomat, he's out there in Burkina Faso and he's plowing away. And we make fun of it. We've tried to make fun of it, with there's a place for us. And somehow the lottery, he hears about the lottery and he wins the lottery. It's almost like a Wizard of Oz story. You click your heels 3 times and you end up in Washington, D.C. as one of the top aides to Bill Clinton. Wow, that's just easy. Or is it a series of steps? Is it more like a series of steps where there's a USAID worker out there and he's working in these different fields, developing these people that are growers and so forth, and the kid comes up and they look at which ones are the most promising, kind of like Little League Baseball does for coaching, and then they move up to the next level. And if you're really good, we might bring you to America if you're good enough. That's an incentive. That's like, McDonald's hamburger. We'll make you a regional manager. If you can get this hamburger level up to this, you're going to go to the regional office. And sort of America's sort of the regional office. And then he gets all of a sudden at 16, hey, you've been doing this 10 years in the field. You know the business since you've been 8 years old. Maybe the same thing's true for Hasib Rana. Maybe the same thing is true for Rayo Abbas. I think they know each other from Nankana Faso or Nankana, yeah, which is close to the border of Pakistan, where all this Punjabi police, security force is, and know all the police officers, etc. So they come in, right, and immediately they get into this Inter-America. They start them out at a regional office. The regional office is Florida. Now, I don't know if we somehow, as much as we hate Florida, we somehow establish a military base there. We somehow can send a guy named Alan Gross there who sets up a satellite. Could that be used for encrypted communications? I don't know, but I think it might be. So we sent him there with a satellite, and then all of a sudden, hey, Fort Rucker, you can make helicopter runs. That's not a long distance. It's 90 miles from Key West to Cuba, right? So, and I'm not saying they went to Cuba, from Cuba to Key West. I'm saying they went more to like a Fort Rucker. Hey, here's a helicopter coming into Fort Rucker. Well, that makes a lot of sense to me because we actually train people to fly helicopters here. So why is that unusual, Mrs. Smith, or, observer that's not unusual. And they're flying over Fort Rucker, another training mission. DynCorp, how do I know where they're going? I know we sent a lot of people to Guantanamo. A lot of people trained in Guantanamo for some reason in military policing. We have a lot of reserve units going to Guantanamo. Hey, that's great. Hey guys, don't pack your duffel bags too much. We need that extra space. I'm the flight officer here. I'm Deep Uranium. We're going to need some extra space here. We're all going to fly to Guantanamo. And I followed all these units. I've done all this research, right? Where this unit in Wisconsin was there for a while and then they switch it over. They keep moving it. But there's these flights from Guantanamo to Fort Rucker. DynCorp, to me, that's what I would do. That's the regional office. Imran's there for about 4 years, maybe till 2004, I believe. Now, Omar winds up in D.C. in 2000. Okay, Omar's the older, smarter brother, or maybe not smarter brother. Yeah, I think he is probably smarter. Omar's the wheel. He's the one who knows Obama and so forth. And they say, hey, this kid, well, let's cut him over. Now, I'm not saying he was involved in the helicopters, but I'm saying there's logistics involved in this, right? You got to send somebody down to the dock and somebody's got to pick up the stuff and that kind of thing. I don't know what port it is. I'm just generally saying, hey, AB Auto Imports, I don't think really, knowing what I know about Imran, I don't think it was cars. I don't see why you'd bring in, 93 Toyotas. I don't know how that could be profitable. Again, businesses in the name of his father, Muhammad Awan, AB Auto Imports. Now, so somebody's got to go down to the dock. You got to get a driver down there, Imran, and you do that for a while till about 2004. Again, that money's going directly into the political candidate of choice at that time. I think it was Wexler, who was at I can't remember, Paradise Cove or whatever that is called, something beach. I can't remember what I thought it was Paradise Beach. Whatever it was, Brighton Beach. Yeah, right. Was it Brighton Beach? No. Anyway, doesn't matter. But then he moves to the big time. He's works with Debbie Wasserman Schultz for a while, as she's a state rep there in that area, I believe, that where the Diplomat Hotel is and so forth. He lives not too far from there. He lives across the channel, not on the expensive side. He lives on the across the channel. And then she comes to Washington and she brings him along as the IT guy. And now he's an IT guy. And now in 2005, he's in the Chicago Tribune with a feature article talking about how he has access to everybody's calendars and how he has access to everybody's documents that he's the person for. Why? Because Rom wants to firewall this thing. Rom wants to push this out. If anything goes wrong here, Imran's going to take the heat. That's why he has this very public Chicago Tribune article about this Blackberry guy, right? So to me, it seems like, you can just kind of follow these things along and they make a logical progression. At some point, 2008, 2009, or I'm sorry, 2007, Rom makes the decision. I don't know if it's a fentanyl factory. 2006 was when Zosana was formed. So I'm not necessarily saying it's Zosana and Zosana has a factory. And now I know this is confirmation bias, but I'm just thinking, hey, fentanyl patches are the new thing. Let's build a factory. Let's take a whole bunch of farmers' lands and let's put a children's hospital there. And they have a huge children's hospital there. It's the largest one in Asia, right? Was that an accident? Well, again, Imran, when he goes to Pakistan, he has the big motorcade and all the Punjabi, guys with the M16s, bigger than Trump's motorcade, right? How does that happen if this isn't a high level deal? He's sending money. Who's he sending money to? Well, the Punjabi police, the top level of the Punjabi police. Okay, to me, that's Five Eyes. What they've done is they've taken PAC ISI 111, the intelligence side, and then they've dipped it in British intelligence. They've sheep dipped it in British intelligence so they can call it DIA. They've sheep dipped it so they can bring them into Quantico, go through the farm, the camp, stamp them, give them the DIA, either a Australian intelligence stamp or give them and say, hey, you're one of the 29 eyes or the whatever the hell they have now, 50 eyes. That allows you to go right into the lunchroom in NSA, right into the lunchroom. And that's how you end up with a group of spies. So I look at those things as patterns and then say, okay, well, here's Fiona Hill. I see all these Russia things, all these Russia colleges. I think, well, this is the matriculation system for all the Russians. Again, we have all these Russians. Read Rod Rosenstein's reports, the ham sandwich case, and then the 2016 case. He proved it, right? Don't believe me, believe Rod Rosenstein. They had to get in here somehow. They had to get visas somehow. Again, I was just reviewing the thing with the task force about how all these people still are living in America. A lot of them came through Michigan. A lot of them came through Florida. This is a fake. It's a fake. The ham sandwich case is a fake. They even indicted they not only didn't indicted a ham sandwich maker, Prigozhin, the ham sandwich didn't even exist when they indicted the ham sandwich. They admitted they indicted a ham sandwich, but the ham sandwich company didn't even exist at the time of the indictment. That's how bad it is. That's how fake it is. These people, the reason why the GRU are in the ham sandwich indictment or the 2016 indictment is because they're the contacts. They were the contacts in Trump Tower for the drugs for weapons. Vero Pharma, which is the drug company that Joe Rago ended up getting killed over, right? That company, Vero Pharma, that they got around the sanctions. Remember the sanctions? They couldn't bring the company right? So then they came up with the wacky company on 42nd Street to launder it through called Green Hills. It was illegal because there was sanctions at the time. That's then got absorbed by Abbott Labs. So anytime I see Abbott Labs, to me, that's a bing, 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 ROM. That's a Romulance for me.